Hello, this is Art Games. Today I'm just going to be doing something fairly simple. I'm going to be setting up a YouTube template with some panels to use for creating the first issue of NUKLA. NUKLA Reborn. So I have the script here from John Delarose. The first page is, just one single panel. It takes up the whole page. But I want to show how to set up like multiple panels. So we're going to start with page 2, I guess, which has 5 panels. Let's look through this. Panel 1, the rocket over the Earth. Okay. Panel 2, inside the ship, we see Matthew Gibbs, NUKLA. Panel 3, similar shot as he's looking serious, hitting some controls. Panel 4, from behind the shuttle, we see the afterburners firing on the rocket speed lines. All right. Panel 5, side shot as the shuttle's flying through the stars. Okay, so to me, what that suggests is, let's see here, one, two, three, no, one, let's look at that script again. Panel 2 and 3 are similar. Okay, all right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that makes, I'm just going to draw a little scribble here. Where's my layers? Sketch layers, okay. So that means like 1 there, 2 here, which are going to be similar, and then 2 at the bottom here. Oh, I should say I found online one issue of NUKLA. This is NUKLA versus Captain Whale or something, who looks a lot like Captain Haddock from Tintin. Well, that's interesting. This comic makes use of the little arrows to make sure you know which panel to go to next. I like that. Here we have a slightly different icon for NUKLA. I've noticed this is the 3rd different logo actually I've seen for NUKLA. There's this one which goes off the page, and then that one, and I don't know if the other one is here anywhere, but the other one cuts off a bit differently, I think, on the right side. But anyway, this gives us a sense for what sort of artwork we're going for, and the sort of line art and the quality of the comic. This is a Silver Age comic. I think this is from 1965 or so. Steve Ditko drew 1 issue. There are only 4 original issues of NUKLA. What was I looking for? I was looking for examples of, what was I doing? Can't remember. Anyway. Okay, so 5 panels on the first page. That's our sketch. Rocket over the Earth. Panel 4, from behind the shuttle we see afterburners. We see the shuttle flying through the stars. So I guess that means panel 2 and 3 are going to be the main ones, I think. And I think the proportions here are pretty good. I think I'm going to make these 2 a little bit bigger and these 2 a little bit smaller. All right. So I'm just going to throw a slight color on here, just so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to set this to multiply and to make that a bit fainter. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make a long rectangle, which is 5 millimeters wide, I think. I'll go for 5 millimeters. Does that sound right? Yeah, I think that sounds good. So let me zoom in here, and I can see my ruler on the side here, which I think is in millimeters. Let me check. Does that look like millimeters? Yes, I believe that is in millimeters. Okay. So 5 millimeters would be about like that. Wait, I should just be able to click and enter how wide I want it, should it not? Yeah. So 5 by like that. Whoops, that is not right. Let's try 50. Yeah, that looks right. Now that is precisely 5 millimeters. Now it's the wrong color. That should be white. Okay, so we want one about there. I have to hold shift to make sure that it doesn't scale the wrong way. Okay, shift. And then drag that down to about there, and that one down to about there. And I'm doing control drag to copy that. If you watch, say if I press alt drag, it makes an automatic copy. Okay, so turn that, and then shift drag, and that's approximately in the middle of the page there. I should put another guideline there just for the center. Let's do that. In order to make the guideline, I will draw a rectangle that snaps to these other guidelines, and then I should be able to snap to the... oh, look at that, I can't. It's not snapping. Anyway, we can zoom in. It'll be just as good, I think. Zoom in to there, and close enough. Doesn't matter if it's precise. I mean, it's precise. you'd have to zoom in on it with a microscope to see that it wasn't precise. Okay, so we've made the middle, the separators for the panels. Now we need to make the outside. So let's grab our rectangle tool, and will it snap now? There we go, now it's snapping. But that's filling up our space, which is what we don't want. So we have to go up here and go to subtract. There we go. How many layers of objects have we got here? Let's take a look. Okay, so all of these different shapes I've made, they're all different layers here, which isn't right. So I have to select them, Control E, and that looks weird. I have to change what's on the top and what's on the bottom, I think. Cut. There we go. And now, paste. That looks right. I don't really know what I just did, but looks all right to me. And now, and subtract. There we go. Turn off my sketch layer. I should probably move this to my panel borders folder. There we go. Right. So now I'll be able to draw in here, no problem. Okay, but we want black outlines on our panels. So there's different ways to do that, but I think what I'm going to do is, let's see. For the moment, I'm just going to go to my layer settings. Is it layer setting? Blending options, I mean. Go to stroke, so to the outside, and set the stroke width to, let's say 7. Does that look all right? I think so. Let's bring in one of these comic book panels and see if it matches up. Let's see, open with Photoshop. Control A, Control C, Control V for paste. And select that, make it a smart object so that it doesn't use up more memory when I expand it. And blow it up to about the right size for a page. So let's see, do our line widths look the same? I think they should be a little bit thinner. Let's set this to 5, see what it looks like. I think that looks good. All right, so that's mostly how I'm going to be setting up panels, I think, for this comic, using this technique. There are other ways to do it, but I think this is the technique I will go with. Now let me check something. Oh yes, the space between the panels. Okay, so that spacing looks more like 7 millimeters to me, whereas I went with 5 millimeters, didn't I? I think I did, yeah. So not too. If I decide later that I don't like the spacing, I can change that. Or if it's inconsistent in the original comic book, then it doesn't matter that much. So, one thing I am thinking about is how much of a margin was left in the original comics, because this image which I downloaded, it gives the impression that the original margin is very narrow, like 5 millimeters. Gives you more room for art, but it doesn't give you a lot of breathing room. So I'm gonna have to think about that. I'll make oversized artwork just in case I decide to go bigger, I guess, later. All right, well, that's all I have time for today. Thank you for watching. This is Art Gains. If you want to help me out, you can check out my novel, The Screaming Void. It's available on Amazon as an ebook, hardcover and softcover. If you like Alien, or John Carpenter's The Thing, or The Chronicles of Riddick, you might like it, so check it out. It's a good story, good science fiction, scary story, with good themes, and Christian heroes. Thanks for watching.